Hi, Michael Buffer here, and let's get ready for FM Boxing Media.
Frankie Morgan here from FM Boxing Media. I'm here with the former champion of the world, Darren Barker.
What's FM? What's FM stand
FM, it's my name. Very creative, Frankie Morgan.
I like it, it's good.
Very creative. You've got to be creative in this game, ain't you? So yeah, FM Boxing Media. But I'm here with IBF world champion, Darren Barker. How you doing today, mate?
Yeah, I'm very well. Funny enough, I just said to Jamie, I said, you got a bit of ammo for the start of the show. And he went, why? I went, this was where we did the launch press conference for my last fight against Felix Sturm. So yeah, it's a beautiful venue, but one where I don't have the best of memories.
Listen, all memories in boxing are good memories. When you look back at it, winning a world title, obviously the peak of the career. We've got two big fights on coming up, Dalton Smith on one of them, Johnny Fisher versus Dave Allen on the other. How much looking forward to the two fights?
I am. Both very, very important fights. You'd think that Dalton Smith versus Jermaine is the fight before the fight. So it's so important that you get the job done. Jermaine, not many people know of him, Canadian, he's tough, he's rugged, now 35, but he's never quite got to where he's wanted to go. So this is one fight that if he wins, he's got his moment under the stars, under the bright lights. For Dalton Smith, it's about getting the job done in good fashion and moving on to what should be a world title shot. And then it's the grudge match, isn't it? It's Dave Allen, Johnny Fisher too. Controversy in the first fight. It was a close fight. One, I felt it was a fight of two halves, but Dave's half was better than Johnny's half. Many have watched it back and said, you know, it was the right decision, etc. Now we get that finalised. We get to find out who the true winner out of these two is.
Yeah, do you think the underestimation of Dave Allen before that fight was a little bit uncalled for? A lot of people were completely writing him off. Obviously, he had never been knocked out, so people were obviously expecting Johnny to go in and steamroll him. But do you think that was something that everyone got wrong in the build-up, or do you think the best Dave Allen just turned up on the night?
Look, I think the pedigree of Dave and what he'd done, you know, he's been around this sport his whole life. So, yeah, to overlook him in hindsight did look a little foolish, but you're going off of form and the way that Johnny Fisher was destroying everyone and the fact that Dave is coming to the end of his career. I can understand why people were thinking like that. I can also understand why Dave believed that this was a joke, a mockery, because of the quality of opponents he's been with, and like I say, he's been in and around the sport for a long, long time. But the styles delivered, didn't they? You know, it was a great fight. It was, you know, we was up and down like yo-yos at that commentary desk. It was special. So
I heard you scream a couple of times. I think you was lost for words at certain points.
Yeah, I was. It was just absolute fireworks, and I just think we're going to see more of the same. I don't see anything other. I don't see how there could be. So whatever you do when you're watching that fight, don't go to the toilet. Don't go and make a cup of tea. Sit firmly on that sofa with your eyes peeled. Don't blink. Put the matchsticks there so you don't blink, because anything could happen at any moment during that fight.
Yeah, so obviously you had a good relationship with Dave over the years. You're obviously quite good friends with Johnny now as well. Is that something that when you're commentating, does that become quite hard when there's big punches being landed? Do you ever get emotionally involved?
Sorry, I don't know where I've left my bag. I don't know what I've done with it. That ain't good. Anyway,
we'll find a bag.
There's nothing in it. I'm skinned anyway. No. I think as time goes on, I'm starting to, you know, you've got to put your relationships and your emotions to one side, and it's important to stay subjective and impartial. And it's difficult. Look, we're only human, but I've got so much time for both of them. Both top lads, really, really good people, and I think. The first fight, the fight itself, the build up to this one, which I'm sure is going to be all very friendly and respectful. It's good for boxing, because I hate all this screaming and shouting and smashing eggs over people's heads and slapping pancakes in people's faces. It's all a load of nonsense, and that's not what boxing's about. It's not. It's about respecting what they do in the ring after that first bell. The rest of it is irrelevant for me. I've said this time and time again. If bad blood is real, then there's a part for it. If it's manufactured and made up just for the sake of it, like all this misfits stuff and blah blah blah, it's no good. Because you got to remember, all these fighters are role models. I'm going off on one here. They're role models, and they look up to these. And is that what they think is the way to carry on? It's no good.
Yeah, definitely. So this, as much as boxers don't have home grounds, they don't have home stadiums, but to be fair, the Copper Box, it's got to be a home ground for Johnny Fisher, ain't it? The way that it was electric last time he fought there against Babic. Do you think do you think this is as close to a home ground as you could get for a boxer?
I think so. I think Johnny could outgrow it though. I mean, he's in a real fight now. I think, speaking to Dave just before this, he said, I've got his number. There's no way Johnny's going to beat me. But if that was the case, or if Johnny was to win, or Johnny rebuilds after this fight, you can imagine that he'd outgrow the Copper Box because his fan base.
There's a nice stadium just round the corner from there. I think this fight could arguably sell out that stadium.
Yeah.
At least the lower tier of it, minimum. Yeah. But I think.
Yeah, he's got a super fan base that is just going to keep growing and growing because he's such a likeable bloke and he fights with his heart on his sleeve. So it's a good venue for now though.
Yeah, well, one last question before I let you go find your bag.
Yeah, it's done my nut. I don't know what I've done with it. I'm losing my marbles, honestly.
We're talking of home stadiums and home arenas, but the other day I see you arguably your favourite away ground, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Nah, we see that you had a nice little snap on your story.
Yeah, I have to take my hat off. It's a special gaff.
Yeah, I think everyone in there was fans of United, Liverpool, City, Arsenal, even West Ham, but I think everyone has to appreciate that stadium when they're there.
But the team is shit, so it's all that matters.
But Darren, I'll let you go find your bag. Thank
you very much. Cheers.
I just fade away.
I feel it.
Fade